Way down south at the tip of Canada along the coast of Lake Erie is a beautiful campground. Come along and take a look at Wheatley Provincial Park. Wheatley Provincial Park is located about 2 hours southwest of London, Ontario, and about a half an hour's drive southeast of Windsor. It's Ontario's deep south provincial park with the same latitude as Northern California. The campgrounds are in a Carolinian forest and have winding creeks running through them into Lake Erie. There are many campsites that are situated directly on the creeks where you can enjoy looking out at the water and the birds and the turtles that call this area home. None of the campsites are on Lake Erie's shoreline though. The campground opens each year from mid-April to late October. It's about 2.4 square kilometers in size, one of the smaller parks in Ontario's provincial park family. The beach is about 2 kilometers long. Wheatley has 4 campgrounds: Boozy Creek, Highlands, Two Creeks, and Middle Creek. There's also another camping loop in the process of being built while we were visiting in 2024. Boozy Creek is in a heavily treed section, and all the sites are non-electric, except for one, Site 47. This section has some tighter turns and narrow roadways, so it's better for small vans and tents and small trailers.
This Site 14 in the Boozy is one that I do not like because whenever we're here, you end up with a little more foot traffic. You don't have to have it, but it seems people come through because this is the trail that comes off of the main bridge on the main road. So as people are coming along, they come up the trail and they say, oh, that's how I get back into the Boozy campground, and they tend to follow this right into your campsite.
The Highlands area has 44 electrical sites and 31 without electricity. These sites are a bit more open and sunny.
This Site 105 is kind of cool because you've got the playground, a very small playground, just a swing set attached to the back of the site. New this year too at Wheatley, this canoe dock just came in. Really nice. The bottom floats, but the top is rigid. Last year it was all floating. Kind of like an accordion. It wasn't as nice to walk on.
Middle Creek sites all have electricity, and a few of these sites are also creekside.
This pair of sites is pretty nice. 146 and 144. So if you know each other, you take these two, you've got waterfront with electricity.
Two Creeks Campground has many creekside campsites, as by the name. Most of these sites have no electricity, only the one beside the playground. And this area is listed as generator free.
Now this 186 is a special site. It's way off by the creek at the extreme southern tip of the Two Creeks area. The driveway is very long. Once you're in this campsite, you don't even know you're in the campground because it feels like you have your own little world. There you go. So once you get down to the end of the drive, you can see this is just immense. You're right at the corner. They even go to the trouble of giving you 2 picnic tables. It's such a huge space. You could fit 2 trailers in here.
Wheatley also has 2 group camping sites in a wooded area with vault toilets, and they can accommodate from 9 to 50 people. These are designated for tenters only, no trailers recommended. All of the sites are within the proximity of washroom buildings with flush toilets and showers. As well, there are some vault toilet buildings scattered throughout. The main playground is between the Middle Creek and Two Creeks campground. There are laundry facilities in the park too. There is a really cute bridge spanning the creek that connects the campground to the beach on Lake Erie. It's a popular place to take a stroll or bike, and you can loop around back to the office and into the campgrounds as well. While near the shore, you can almost see the erosion take place as Lake Erie chews away at the shoreline. Erosion in this area is happening very fast. The lake takes away 1 meter from the park's edge every 2 years on average.
Lake Erie's coastline around this area in Wheatley erodes about as fast as any part of the shoreline. This road, as you can see, used to be a road that people used to the day areas for beach access. Nobody goes down there anymore. The road is gone.
We're in close proximity to the Talbot Trail Golf Course for those of you who enjoy a few rounds of golf on a nice day. The small town of Wheatley is nearby. It's easy to bicycle 3 or 4 kilometers into town if you'd like an ice cream. And when it's time for groceries, however, most people will drive the 15 kilometers into Leamington, which is a city of about 30,000 people. And while in Leamington, visit the newly built gas station at Caldwell First Nations, where you can fill up with gas or diesel at a discounted price. The campsites have picnic tables and fire pits, and there are many water spigots scattered around the campground with potable water. You're never too far from a fresh water source. The park store is small, carrying a few basic items and souvenirs. It's at the park store that you'll be able to purchase firewood. Now here's a blast from the past that you don't see very often anymore. A payphone. Hello. Anybody know how to use these things even? There are 2 dump sites at the dump station, as well as 2 freshwater fill stations. This campground has done something special by installing water filling stations in the check-in lanes at the office. We love that. It's amazing. This is something that every park should be having. A separate potable water fill area, separate from the dump station. We always hate going to dump stations where you stand in a long line or sit in a long line of traffic, and all you want to do is fill up your fresh water tank, and meanwhile there's like 50 people in front of you dumping their sewage. This way you can go to a separate fill station, and the people who just have to dump can go to the dump station. Often as well, when you're at a freshwater fill station and the dump station is right close by, you can be a little leery because not everybody takes these hoses and uses them just for their fresh tank. Some people, sadly, take it and stick it down their dirty sewer hose. When the fresh water is totally separated from the sewer area, you know that this is only being used for fresh water. Or let's hope anyway. Let's hope more and more parks start doing their fresh water this way. Wheatley really is leading the way on this. This is in addition to the water filling source that is beside the sewer dump stations. Wheatley is unique with its style of collecting recyclable waste. They allow each camper to borrow a recycle bin and take it to their site. At the end of your stay, you can leave the bin at your site beside the road for them to pick up your cans and bottles as you pull out. The showers are clean and hot, and no coins are required for use. Mike and I actually grew up in this part of Canada. We've visited Wheatley Provincial Park too many times to count, and I'm sure that we'll be back again and again in the future. As always, we look forward to seeing you on the road.
Check out some of our other videos and subscribe to our channel.
New content will be posted weekly.